There you are, dear. And with the Alliance leaders, too. I assume you had something to do with the Ascendant Order's retreat? Lord Bacaro should be at Steadfast Manor. Do hurry before he strikes off with an army of hired knights to join a battle that's already over. Besides, it's not often I get to send someone good news. While the conference site is repaired, I'll secure them in Gonfalon Bay. The captains in Koska can watch over the Royals and Valencia, and we'll have time to send for a new Fighters Guild delegate. I'm surprised this turned out as well as it did. That's a difficult question. I knew we had to try. Actually, I'm a bit embarrassed. Lord Bacaro trusted me to protect the conference, and I let him down. The Ascendant Order was one step ahead of me all along. I've never failed like this before. I didn't notice how powerful the Ascendant Order had become, and I should have sniffed out Count de Maud's treachery. The clues were there. Wealth, grievances, arcane skill. Thanks to you, we salvaged the situation. And I can learn from my mistakes. Like Prince Ernskar, I had Captain Suzo commandeer a siege engine. That sent a few of their ships to the bottom. Then when the shaking stopped and the storm clouds parted, the remaining vessels fled. After you defeated the Magus, I suppose. No, but I'm not surprised. He and the Steadfast don't have a standing army. I imagine he's still at his manor sending missives across High Isle in an attempt to recruit knights willing to aid us. Go tell him he can stop. The threat is over for now.
Surely we're done now. I could use a drink and a meal.
It must have been tough getting captured by convicts on Amanos.
Good point, Iran. But do remember, he's only a prince.
Raise a hand if you care what the High King thinks.
Thank you, Zaji.
Zaji cares. Can we go home now?
Wrong royal, Zaji. We're with the Queen, remember? Now where did we leave that scow we stole? What? Did no one tie up the ship before we ran into battle?
Despite everything that happened, we're alive and well. Perhaps Lord Bacaro's dream of peace isn't dead after all. I came here to be polite, but now, who knows? Await word from Lord Bacaro, I imagine. I came all this way and endured much. It would be a shame to just walk away now. I must send word back to my court. Assure them that I am alive and well. After that, we shall see. For now, provided Emmerich and Yoran's cub agree to remain, we were able to put aside our differences and deal with the Ascendant Magus. Perhaps that indicates a measure of hope for peace, after all.
What now, I wonder? Do Irene, Ernskar, and I remain here? Do we leave to resume our royal duties? If I get a choice, I'd rather avoid returning to that torture device they call my throne for as long as reasonably possible. I'm not quite certain. Lord Bacaro's plans are in disarray. We were stranded on Amanos and assaulted in his supposedly secure facility. Makes one wonder if all this talk of peace is actually worth the effort. Ending a war is a complicated business. If the others agree to remain, I don't see how I can get out of it. If nothing else, this little adventure has proven that we can work together when the need arises. And it was a memorable battle. Truly.
My father won't believe half of what I tell him happened here. Shore's bones. I hardly believe it myself. I say enough fighting and talking for today. We should celebrate our victory. Next? What makes you think I know? My father's instructions didn't cover anything like this. I'm just happy to still be alive and not dead on the battlements or roasting in the belly of a lava beast. We just escaped death, and you're asking me about politics? I suppose I should get used to it, but not without a great deal of mead. I think I understand why the Skull King drinks so much now. If the other leaders agree, I will stay to talk.
Queen Irene is safe again. Saji is grateful. It would have been terribly embarrassing to lose her a second time. But the battle is over now, yes? We can all take a rest? Saji is exhausted.
This was your doing, I suppose. All those tasty Ascendant Order knights to munch on, and they suddenly turned tail and fled. Probably for the best. Zaji was starting to get winded. He's nowhere near as strong as he thinks he is.
Ah, Lady Arabelle's associate. What news do you bring me? I've been sending messengers throughout the countryside, but so far I've only managed to gather a handful of knights. I was about to send them the order to head out when I saw you approaching. Does this mean you have news from Lady Arabelle? That's excellent news. My congratulations to you and Lady Arabelle. I'll still send the knights, but now their orders will be to shore up the castle's defenses, not rush into a war. But pray tell, where are the delegates now? Of course, All Flags Castle must be half in ruins after what I can only imagine was a fierce and costly battle. I'll get with Lady Arabelle, and we'll thank the delegates for their patience. I do believe another celebration is in order, though. Don't be modest, friend. From what I already know of your exploits, I can only imagine the heroics you demonstrated at All Flags Castle. Inform Lady Arabelle. We'll gather at Gonfalon Palace to celebrate your courage and the safety of the delegates. How often does someone get to save 3 realms in the same day? Your actions are an inspiration. I wonder, though, did the Ascendant Magus inadvertently help us by attacking the royals? We shall see. Go, tell Arabelle. She'll make the arrangements. Did they now? I can't wait to hear the entire story. I am surprised they didn't make use of the wards protecting Memorial Hall, though. We prepared the site to keep the delegates safe throughout the peace talks. Yes, I saw his power firsthand at Castle Navir. And Valencia explained that he somehow drew power from the volcanic vents that permeate the islands. A reckless use of magic, with little regard for consequences. Where did he learn that, I wonder? Demar de Fort? Astonishing! I was certain the Magus was going to turn out to be one of the Monards. Tell me, what of this mysterious Ascendant Lord you encountered beneath Castle Navir? Did you learn anything about him? Cowards like that let others do the fighting for them. I imagine he's in hiding, fearing exposure and seeking a way to rebuild his forces. I suspect the Lord will remain in the shadows for now. Stay vigilant. Inform me if you learn anything more.
Welcome, my dear. What news do you bring from Steadfast Manor? Were you able to meet with Lord Bacaro, dear? What did he say when you told him about our victory? An excellent idea. Lord Bacaro knows it's vital to bring the delegates back to the table. After recent events, their faith in diplomacy might well be suspect. But a party, that's something they can all agree on. Can I impose on you again, dear? Tell the delegates Lord Bacaro dearly hopes they can attend a gathering at Gonfalon Palace. If anyone hesitates, use your charms to convince them to join us. Meanwhile, I'll throw something together. Meet me at Gonfalon Palace when you're done. Royals, no concern for their own safety. They each went off in search of a diversion. High King Emmerich to the temple, Queen Irene to stroll the harbor, and Prince Ernskar to the inn. I asked the Sisters' Guard to keep an eye on them, discreetly. Leave that to me, dear. I'll send Jakan to round up our 3 brave captains and put them to work. It'll be all hands on deck, as it were, but I think we can manage. You just make sure the Alliance leaders attend the party. These royals are a stubborn lot, or hadn't you noticed? I can never predict what they will do from one moment to the next. Remind them these peace talks are imperative. If that doesn't work, tell them the other 2 accepted your invitation. Sometimes a few untruths are required to grease the wheels of diplomacy. The royals will see right through the ruse, of course, but they'll play along. All they need is a reason to believe that this isn't a waste of their time. Royals, no concern for their own safety. No rest for the weary, dear. I need to help Lord Bacaro restore Allflag's castle for the peace talks, improve security, figure out what other traitors beside Count Damard are lurking about, and of course, I need to keep the delegates safe. Not right now. The captains in Koska have agreed to help guard the delegates, but the rest is all paperwork and supervision. When the peace talks get underway, I'll send for you. If you're still interested in helping, of course. No pressure, dear. An excellent answer. I must write that down. I expect that my notes will make an excellent basis for the next Investigator Vale novel. I must send them off to the author at once. Let's just say the author is a very dear friend of mine. Why, I would even go so far as to admit I know her as well as I know myself. And that is quite positively all I intend to share on this topic. Now go mingle and accept the adoration of the crowd.
Hello, friend. Looking for me? I've always loved the sea. Comes from growing up on Somerset, I suppose. But what can I do for you, my friend? Don't tell me there are more rogue knights threatening High Isle. I've always loved the sea. Comes from growing up on Somerset, I suppose. But what can I do for you, my friend? Don't tell me there are more rogue knights threatening High Isle. A party? Just another excuse to get me and Emmerich in the same room. Oh, very well. If we could face unprecedented danger together, we can probably survive sharing a few drinks and some food. And where will this gala event be held? That's probably for the best. It's close by. And All Flags Castle was quite a mess after the battle with the Ascendant Magus. It will take Lord Bacaro a considerable effort if he plans to make it ready for the conference again. Most of the belongings I brought along were lost when the Perfect Pounce sank into the sea. I wonder if I can find any suitable attire on this island. Breton tastes leave something to be desired. What am I thinking? This outfit is perfectly fine. We did not discuss peace, if that's what you're asking. We disagree on important issues, which is why diplomacy usually begins with social occasions. Banquets, balls, hunts, and the like. Rarely do they involve fighting for your life, though. We regaled each other with tales of how we survived the shipwrecks and our adventures on Amanos. I believed Emmerich was past his prime, no longer the great hero. And Ernskar struck me as young and brash. I now have a different perspective.
Upon the strand, oh how long today, oh how long he's hoped to claim her hand, oh how long she waits so. And hard it was that they never met until he came home to stay. He built their house between hills and sea. He built it along Gunfallen Bay, along Gunfallen Bay. Oh, how long she waits upon the strand. Oh, how long today, oh how long he's hoped to claim her hand. Oh, how long she waits, oh. A gunfallen maid went upon the lea to where sun flowers.
Market would be so lucrative.
Magus Slayer! To what do I owe this pleasure? Have I thanked you yet for all you've done? Not just for the alliances and Lady Arabelle, but for me personally. No? Well, thank you, my friend. I don't know many people who could have beaten the Ascendant Magus. But what brings you to the temple? Another royal function. I'm getting tired of those ghastly affairs in most cases. I was just considering heading home. Queen Maria must be missing me terribly. Unless... is the celebration in my honor? It's bad form to refuse such parties. Iren and Ernskar? Well, I can't allow them to attend and not show up myself. And I guess I do owe them something of a debt, too. They did help us on Amanos and at All Flags Castle. All right, I'll attend Lord Baccaro's celebration. It seems I'll need to pay more attention to the Sisters Archipelago in the future. My negligence allowed treason to fester and bloom unchecked. That changes now. But enough grim talk. We must celebrate. I will see you at Lord Baccaro's gathering. I will need to treat that situation delicately. Until I can prove one way or another that Duchess Elea was truly ignorant of her brother's plot, I can't in good conscience reprimand the entire house. Still, I don't take treason lightly. No, but we didn't exterminate all of those Order bastards, and their so-called Ascendant Lord is still loose. I have no doubt his rogue knights will rise against us again. I'll withhold judgment on the Duforts until my daggers investigate, though.
Believe it. An Ascendant Order sailed a fleet right into the lock. I heard there was a terrible battle at All Flags Islet.
And I heard that the important visitors were there, and they turned out to be the leaders of the three alliances. Good thing someone was there to defend them.
What sickness came unto our shores from across the Abetian sea? The good folk shook, the bad folk sighed, and told this tale to me. Dead, dead, so many dead, from Daggerfall to doom. It was the slug plague, they said, and blamed the sloat for our ruin. Our rulers cried out that all was lost, but
well met, friend.
King.
Come have a drink with me.
And raised the sails, and sailors began to sing. The All Flags, the All Flags.
After the battles we endured, I was hoping to find a celebration. Unfortunately, this inn is as dead as the elk served at the Skull King's table. Have you come to drink with me, perhaps, my friend? Well, that's a welcome bit of news. Even a party full of royals and nobles has got to be better than this place. Wait, will Emmerich and Iren be in attendance? If they decline the invitation, I probably should as well. And it seems I have no other choice. I will attend Lord Baccaro's celebration, and if the festivities evolve into more serious conversations, perhaps I will even listen. I'll see you there, my friend. Wait until the Skull King hears what he missed. Raging storms, a deadly jungle, a battle against near hopeless odds at an ancient castle. My father is going to kick himself. Well, maybe not about the storms. He gets sick at sea. Absolutely. He was an adventuring bard before he took the throne of Eastern Skyrim. He's not as ancient as Emmerich, and that old lion enjoyed himself. When we weren't almost dying, at least. I'll send a report to my father. Tell him all about it. As long as nothing else out of the ordinary happens, I'll stay. At least for a while. The weather here on High Isle is so much nicer than what we have in Windhelm. I can do without the cold and the snow for a little longer.
The Queen's a strong woman. Glad she's taking care of the city, not some regent.
good looking. Got a moment? Lord Bacaro may have proclaimed that this was a celebration for the Alliance leaders, but everyone came out to see the hero who saved All Flags Castle. I'm impressed how fast the word got around, even if I may have had something to do with that. Just wanted you to know, I worked it out with Lady Arabelle. She considers my debt to her paid in full. I think she may have confused me with you, but I'll take it any way I can get it. So go in and enjoy the party. I'm sure I'll see you around. I put on a few disguises, sure. And I'm glad everyone's safe, but all this hero stuff gives me a rash. I'm not supposed to attract so much attention. Anyway, Lady Arabelle wants a word with you before she starts the main event. She's waiting inside.
Not my finest work, but I think this venue will do. I see you convinced our royal guests to come to our little gathering. Well done, dear. Now for the tricky part. Persuading them to stay for Lord Bacaro's talks. After so many perils, I suppose I couldn't blame them if they decided to leave. Excellent, dear. You saved Emmerich and the others from the Ascendant Order and ended the threat of the Magus. Plus, you salvaged the talks and restored the hope for peace. Take this. This is your day as much as anyone's. I have to address the crowd. We're here to celebrate the coming together of 3 great leaders, and to show our appreciation for a hero who saved the delegates and kept our hopes for peace alive. On behalf of Lord Bacaro and the Society of the Steadfast, I ask our honored guests to enjoy the celebration.
The Aldmeri Dominion thanks our hero and promises to participate when the talks resume.
The Ebonheart Pact wholeheartedly agrees.
As does the Daggerfall Covenant. 3 cheers for our hero and for Lord Bacaro!
Well said, High King. And well said, Queen and Prince. Let the celebration begin.
We have taken the first step on a long journey. Still, no one ever reaches their destination without taking that step. I owe you a debt, friend. Because of you, there's still a chance for peace. I promise to take full advantage of this opportunity. That depends on how fast I can get workers out to rebuild All Flags Castle and restore Memorial Hall. And I need to send word to the Mages Guild. Valencia alone can't replace the wards. There's also a new Fighters Guild delegate to consider. I'm certainly going to try. We've all accomplished too much to let the talks just fade away like a mist in the morning sun. You showed them they can work together. We can build upon that, provided I can get them to stay until we're ready to begin.
I knew at the moment I saw you, dear. This one has spirit. This one has the heart of a hero. Not too unlike what Emmerich saw when he first looked at me. You know I appreciate all you've done, my friend. You can call on me for help whenever you need.
I think I can bear this Breton paradise a little longer. Consider it my way of acknowledging everything you did for us. For me. If you could go out of your way to save 3 foolish royals, then I can try to find common ground with my enemies. There's always a chance. As long as Lord Bacaro can finalize the necessary arrangements, we have an opportunity to put an end to terrible suffering. What sort of queen would I be if I did not do everything in my power to see this through? I must assume so. Why else would they be here? They are honorable leaders despite our differences and the terrible war we're engaged in. I believe they want what is best for their realms as well as mine. Beyond that, we shall have to wait and see.
This is not good. Rigert needs help. Again.